Guys, very good afternoon, very good evening to all of you. Am I audible, guys, to everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, yeah, okay, guys. So I can see, so the participants have joined, I guess. So fine, guys, let's start with the session. Now I think I've already shared all the relevant materials with you. And I hope that yeah, you guys even go through the files and the recordings as well. So yeah, tell me guys that if you have any like a doubt or if you have any query or anything, so please let me know, guys, before starting with today's session. So I think we have actually, I think we are good on so many things right now. I hope that definitely the Power BI is definitely not a new tool for you. I think now, okay, so many things you are able to relate and many things you are able to probably now create from your end. Definitely you require some sort of practice, and for that, guys, for this weekend, I will give you some like a task. If you get any time, you can definitely try it out. Not like assessment or anything, just for your practice. Now, guys, yeah, before starting with today's session, I think we discussed that we have just completed our first page. Now, any business report cannot be just wrapped up in just one page. And since there are multiple boundaries we have created, so definitely we require a bit of more pages over here to get the entire end-to-end information about this data set, about this understanding. So yeah, guys, let me know that if you have any doubt or if you try anything and facing any difficulty in writing the code or in writing like a formula or in creating the chart, anything, guys, please let me know. Okay, because I have the entire e-learning also, guys, for this Power BI. So usually, even the learners come over there asking for their queries coming from the not a live package. There's a like a e-learning package I have created. So like in such a way, guys, if you have any difficulty when you really apply it, so yeah, please let me know if there's any doubt, any question. And even guys, if you want to show me anything which you try to create by yourself or maybe the second and third page. Yeah, guys. Yeah, Divya, Parul, Rohit, anyone?
Uh, Hi Shivam, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, I have missed something because I have joined slightly late. So, are you saying something?
No, no, I'm asking that if there is any doubt or like query you guys have.
Uh, Actually, I am still working on the previous class actually, but this one was quite simpler. But definitely the one which you have stated earlier, where we have taken a lot of conditions, still
Mm-hmm.
I'm just clearing my doubts on that. So once I have some doubts for you, then definitely I will get back to you on that. Because I hardly get time after job to just do the practice. So I'm just still behind the schedule, but still working on the things.
No, no worries. Great. Okay, guys, so now let's move on to the second like a page. So I think yesterday I give you one like a hint that what can be into my second page. Okay, so definitely the first page, guys. I have actually shown you that let's say if I just try to click on that, if I just want to like a check, filter out the data based on like any particular user. So yes, we can do that. We can do that over here. But let's say if I click on this like a particular pie where I can see that there are just 1.2%, 1.25% like a high risk customers we have. And if I just want to know that who are those 1.25% customer, or who are those like let's say by name or by their ID, like who are those those 10 customers. So that is something, guys, we are not trying to figure out, or we are not able to probably figure out in this particular page. Okay, now for that, guys, I told you that we can try to create like a different page where I can try to focus more on, or we can trying to focus only on that users, and we can try to create let's say again multiple charts for detecting the fraud only. Now for that, guys, I will move on to the next page. And now into this page. Now in the first page, guys, I have given this given this title that identifying suspicious transaction. I can even name it as identifying fraud like a transaction. Now, guys, in this page, I can try to just again create that title box, and inside that title box, I can give the title like let's say identifying suspicious. So definitely, guys, the title should be same. Suspicious transaction, and I can simply try to name it as let's say the core page or the fraud detection page. Now I can just try to take the same size for this, the same font type, make it bold, bring it in the middle, and that's fine. That's all. Similarly, this effect can be added over here, like the visual border, like the shadow. Make it bit rounding corner, and I think that's all. Now this going forward, guys, let's see that in this page how we can try to add that particular information of let's say the suspicious transactions, or the fraud detection thing, how we can like carry out on this particular page. Now for that, guys, what we can do, we can try to simply create the table over here. Uh, let's see, guys, that how we can do that. So in this table, I can see that, yeah, there are, I can try to put multiple columns. So let me take enough of space over here, because there may be multiple things which I can probably try to write it over here. So now, guys, in this like a particular table, let's see that what are all the informations I can try to plot. I can start now, guys, with the user ID. Okay, so definitely there are so many users, so we'll get definitely a lot of user IDs over here. Then we can take the transaction count. Okay, so there's a transaction ID. I can take simply the count of this. Okay, I think yeah, transaction ID. Okay, so I guess, guys, the ID is coming, but I don't require the ID. So if I want the transaction count, so let's see, guys, that what we can do over here. Uh, okay, but again, for each user I want it. So let's see, guys, that if it is possible, I can just try to create a new measure over here. And into that new measure, but I guess that we have already maybe created it. Count. Okay, so fine. Let's do it again, even if it is there. Transaction underscore count. And now, guys, I hope that by this time, every one of you able to understand that how we can take the transaction count over here. So we already have that number, that is let's say around some 800 or something. But let's see that whether this will work or not. We have this transaction ID. Let's close it. Let's see. Okay, so we have this transaction count. Let's see if yeah. So this is fine, guys. So we got the transaction count. Now this transaction count, guys, is nothing but let's say for every user, definitely a single user can make multiple transactions, and that is what we are taking it right now here. So yeah, I guess guys, the first two columns are clear, like what are the importance of this. So right now, we have created like a table, and into the table, guys, let's say if anyone had actually missed it. So into the table, we have taken the user ID on the very first place, and then we have taken the like account for each user. Okay, like the number of transaction each of these users has made. Now going forward, guys, we can take the transaction amount, means the total transaction which these users are making. So this is so in 4 time, guys. Let's say this particular user U1000. He made around 4 transactions, and in that 4 transaction, the total amount which he like a transfer or maybe you into that transaction included is around 14,000. Okay. Now going forward, guys, we can check all the possible fraud levels. Okay, so we can talk about, guys, the high value count. Okay, so there's already guys, we have created this high value count like a data. Okay, so how many let's say, guys, for each user I can check that how many high value count are there. Okay, so that is what we can try to check it over here. So I guess yeah, we have high risk and high value as well. So yeah, there are two transactions. So definitely, guys, this particular user make 4 transactions in total. Out of those 4 transactions, guys, there are 2 transactions which is actually greater than let's say 4,000. Then if I talk about a second user, so he made in total 5 transactions, but there's no transaction greater than let's say 4,000. Similarly, guys, this user also make the total transactions of 10,000, but that is in 7 times. So yeah, it is completely fine that he didn't make any high value transaction. Then over here, guys, you find like a user with the again one high value transaction. So in total, guys, he make a transaction of around 12,500 and in all those transactions, so total 7 transactions he has made, and in all those transactions there's one transaction which is the high value transaction. Similarly, guys, we have user 1019. In total, he made 3 transactions. The total amount like in that transaction is around 9,818, and these are 2 high value transactions. Okay, so you can see, guys, that the total high value transactions are there. Then we can simply, guys, try to check another like a boundary over here, that is rapid transaction count. So we have the rapid transaction count over here. Okay, means the transaction made in within 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so you can see like actually all the users are actually lying in that category. Okay, I think almost every user lying in that category, and this is even, guys, fine because we often also make like a transaction in 15 or 20 minutes sometimes. Then the next one, guys, we can try to let's say take the rapid location change. Now this is not very common, so we can try to check that how many like user are actually come into this category. So we have this rapid location change. Okay, so now again, guys, this is the sum of rapid location change. So, and one more thing, guys, that we have to take the count of rapid, let's say the transaction. Let me just check it over here. That is it. Yeah. And we can also try to take the same over here. So rapid location change. Okay. Then finally, guys, we have let's say the risk level at the end, which we can try to add on. Okay, now let's try to enhance it. Now, one more thing, guys, that definitely this. So yeah, guys, first you can try to create it, and then we can try to get the overall insight from this particular table. So first, try to create this whole table, guys. Let me know once this entire table like is created. Okay, because definitely, guys, you I actually understood, right? Like for now, guys, I think by this time, every one of you able to understand that what needs to be updated, what needs to be changed over here. Because definitely, guys, right now, we are not probably we are not let's say if I share with some stakeholder or the client. So I'm not able to like the client is probably not able to understand the numbers over here, and that is where we even require to do the formatting, change the size. Okay, but before that, guys, I first want you to create till this, and then we'll try to do the formatting, and I will even try to do add guys few more things so that it looks it gives more information. It will be more like worthy. Okay. So yeah, guys, first create it and just acknowledge in a chat box that you have done developed till here, and give me 1 minute, guys. I will Yeah, guys. Is it done for everyone till this point? Okay, so I think in a table, guys, you don't need to do a lot. You just need to take all these columns and just drag it one by one. Okay, so one after the another. Okay, fine. Now, guys, what we can do, I can just first try to format it so that it should be clearly visible. Okay, so I can take some sort of the formatting which looks better over here, or just a simple formatting, guys. Okay, not so much of fancy thing over here. I guess this. Okay, so there's no reason of increasing the last one. Let's see. Okay, this is fine. The second thing is which we can actually do is make it bit bold with smaller size. That is also work. And now, guys, since this with this color, it looks fine over here. The cell element, guys, from the cell element, or we need to look after this values actually. So this value is, I guess, visible, or if I want to make sure that it should be properly visible, I can just increase size a bit, or even I can make it bold. Okay, so I think with bold it is fine, but yeah, so yeah, I think guys, in this space also I can simply try to take it, because since I make it bold, so it is clearly visible. Now, guys, we already know that there's a high risk, there's a low risk, there's a medium risk customer. So what I will do, guys, that there's one option which we can apply. So I told you that, guys, we can even try to find out, let's say, those user who are actually falling into that high risk, or who are actually falling into that like a medium risk. Because definitely, guys, with that low risk, we don't need to think a lot, because we actually discuss, guys, that in case of that fraud score, we actually for low risk, the score we have taken just one. Okay, so and definitely, guys, out of these five possibilities, or out of these five boundaries which we have created, if anyone is just falling into any one boundary, so that particular transaction cannot be flagged as a suspicious one. So definitely, if there's any transaction falling into like a two or more than two, then it can be tagged as a suspicious one. So what else we can do, guys, over here? Let's say if I want to get only those high risk, or let's say the medium risk. So there are two things, guys, which we can try, try to perform over here. The one thing, guys, we can even try to, let's say, check for the filter. Now, guys, you can see that along with the data and visualization pane, you also have one pane on the right hand side, and that is the filter. Now, let's say, guys, that I want to apply some filter, and that filter I want to apply on this risk level. Okay. Now, let's say that, guys, I want to apply this filter on the risk level, and I want to right now, guys, I have selected all. So let's say, guys, that I just want to get uh, that data. I just want to get the data of high risk customers. I can see, guys, that as soon as I click on that high risk, you actually observe, guys, that you got the high risk, only the high risk customers over here. Okay, and now, guys, just by clicking on that, and definitely, guys, this can also be bring into the slicer. Okay, but guys, you can see that just by clicking on that high risk, you easily able to understand that who are those most suspicious user into your transaction. Okay, like the one, definitely these are the users whom you can try to identify, whom you can try to like check, double check their transaction. Okay, so you can actually do whatever you want to do. You can actually check whatever you want to check for these high risk customers. Okay, or for these high risk like a transaction. The second thing, guys, let's say for the table only, because like definitely with just 10 like a rows, it doesn't looks like good over here. So you can just try to select the high as well as medium risk level over here, and then you can just ignore that low risk, because definitely, guys, you what you want to do or what you are actually able to do with that low risk customers. Okay, so that low risk customer is not the priority for you. The priority for you guys is to identify or to check or to, let's say, cross check these medium and the high risk customer. Okay, so definitely the low risk customer is not the priority for you. Okay, so what I will do, I will just try to select the medium and the high risk customer, and then that's all, guys. Now you can see that our table is created, and in this table, whatever the users we have, so in total, guys, there are users. All these users need to be cross-checked, needs to be double-checked, because these are like a user are actually flagged as a suspicious user, or let's say the fraudulent users. Okay, so you can see, guys, that how beautifully or how easily you are able to create a table where you just get the list of your suspicious like a user or the suspicious like customers over here. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone? So I hope that you understand the objective of the filter over here. Yeah. Yeah, guys, let me know if anyone having finding any difficulty to create it. Is it is it is it clear for everyone? Everyone are like able to create it? Yeah, guys. Is it done for everyone? This table like is created. So now, guys, we have created one dedicated table for let's say for only those user who are, let's say, making like any fraud, or who maybe I can actually I need to probably double check like those customers. Okay. One more thing, guys, we can try to do it over here, because definitely, guys, this only this table, let's say, it cannot take the entire space until unless if I just try to unnecessarily increase the size of like each and everything which is like present over here. So if I'm not increasing the size of each and everything like which is present over here, definitely, guys, this will not like will take the entire space over here, and definitely, guys, there's a lot of space which is actually left, and definitely we can try to create maybe let's say one more at least the chart for maybe this fraud detection. Okay. So what I will do, guys, I will just try to remove this, let's say, one or two columns from this like a table. Okay, because at the end of the day, guys, it is going to be the risk level which is actually important for us. And I can try to take, guys, let's say this rapid transaction count, or maybe something else to let's say create the another chart. So I can just try to remove at least one column from here. And then guys, I can just try. I have like more space over here, which is like left. Now in this like a space, guys, which we have like on the right hand side. In this particular space, I can probably try to create one more chart for this, preferably for this fraud detection thing. Okay. Now for this space, guys, let's see that what maybe that one chart which we can probably try to create it over here. So that chart, guys, will be nothing but it can be a clustered column chart. We can try to probably create it over here, which let's say include. Okay, so over here I can try to create, let's say, the clustered column. Let me take it a bit of space on the up because like over here, guys, the same thing can be done for this table also, so that there will be some space at the bottom as well. Now into this chart, guys, what we can do again with respect to the user, I want to find out the suspicious transaction. So I will take all the user on the x-axis. Okay. And then, guys, on the let's say the values. So on the values, guys, we can try to take let's say the high value count. Where is that high value count we have? Yeah. And along with this, guys, we can also take that rapid transaction count. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, now, guys, let's say that. Let me even check that if it can be changed like this, or let's see. Yeah, this is also fine. Let me take it on a focus mode, and then let me first tell you guys what is the objective of this. So going forward, guys, there are actually so many users we have, and yeah, guys. So you can see, guys, that after let's say few users. Okay, so if I talk about till this, okay, so till user 1200. Okay, so I think, guys, you can see that the number has started from 1000, then 1019, then 1083. So we can just try to count that these users. Now, definitely, guys, over here, there's a very important objective, guys, which we try to like actually create, or I can say which we try to actually able to understand it over here. I'm not like trying to focusing, guys, that this one or two. Okay, so this one or two is nothing but let's say that sum of high value flag or the sum of rapid transaction flag. Okay, so definitely the number of times the user make that high value transaction, and the number of time the user make rapid transaction. That is what guys we are having over here into this 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the maximum number of time any user make let's say the rapid transaction, or the maximum number of time any user make let's say the high transaction. That is what given over here. But our point, guys, the important thing over here which we trying to observe, that if there is any user who are actually doing both the things. Okay, it means that the user who are making the high transaction, as well as the user who are actually making a rapid transaction. Okay, now let me make it more clear that there's a user who are making let's say a very high transaction. Okay, and then that transactions are actually taking place within that 15 to 20 minutes. Now, definitely, guys, those transactions or those users, I can definitely tag them, I can definitely flag them as a suspicious user. Okay, because these users, guys, are actually making are actually doing both the things. Okay, that they're actually doing they're doing actually both. They're actually falling into both the categories, which are definitely, guys, the category of a suspicious transaction. Okay, so that is what, guys, we are actually following it, getting it over here. So you can see, guys, that this is some user, let's say user 1000. now he make the high value transaction for 2 times, and in that guys he make that rapid transaction even for 1 time. Okay. Similarly, guys, these are the user who make both the things, who are actually falling into both the categories for once. So let's say, guys, these are the users. Okay, so if I just take a count of it, so it is maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say maybe 15 over here. So around 20 customers we have who are actually falling into both the categories. And definitely, guys, all the users are not doing like both the things. So you can see definitely, guys, after this phase, okay, after let's say this made the last user 1200. After this, guys, we can see, guys, that the user are actually falling simply either into one category. Okay, so either they are making high transaction, or either they are let's say making a rapid transaction, but they're not falling into both the categories. Okay, so this is what, guys, we can clearly actually able to understand from this particular like a chart over here. So this is what we call, guys, the like this is what the objective of this chart, to understand again, guys, this chart will actually help us to tag the fraud candidates. Okay, so definitely, guys, I can we can see this user, and we can definitely call them as a like let's say the fraud like a candidate, or the fraudulent one. Okay, now definitely, guys, this user ID is probably I need to hover it down every time. So in that case, we can change it into the stack bar. So definitely, guys, now with the stack bar, it is more clearly visible. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone? Yeah. So the important thing, guys, like whenever we are like not only with respect to the Power BI tool, but let's say with any tool, if I am doing the data analysis task, so always, guys, there the important part is to understand the insight, is to understand like what kind of a knowledge, what kind of a insights we are generating, what kind of insights we are getting from the data, rather than like creating the fancy charts and all. Okay. Now, definitely, guys, we also need to take care of their take care of like look, and take care of the like how it like looks like, because definitely even the client trying to understand that, okay, like how the how it is interactive or not. Okay, so for that purpose, guys, definitely we need to do the formatting and all. But the main objective is to get the insight, is to understand like what is there into the data set, and what kind of information we are generating from this chart. Now, definitely, guys, I can go into the title. I can just try to make it a bit simpler. So right now it is sum of high value flag and sum of rapid transaction by user ID. I can simply try to make it as let's say high value. A high value, and let's say the next one, guys, can be the rapid transaction. High value and rapid transaction by user ID. I can make it like this, so that it will come in one single line. Just make it bold. Yeah, this is fine, guys. This is much better. Similarly, guys, since we have already written that it is like for which purpose, so you don't require at least the title onto the x-axis. You definitely require the value, but you don't require the title over there. And even, guys, the values we can try to highlight, so that it should be clearly visible that, okay, like who are those users. Okay, so you can actually understand that user ID. Similarly, on the x-axis, I can remove the values, I can remove the title, and that's all. Right now, guys, definitely these like numbers are, it's not necessary to show the numbers over here. But yeah, if you want, that is also possible, that data labels we can on it. Okay. One second, guys. Okay, so guys, now yeah, you can see that we are getting these the colors over here. So I guess that it is actually fine. I don't know why the color is not like coming over here. So data labels, yeah, definitely there is numbers not required over here. If you want, we can try to just make it. Ribbons are not definitely required. Border and the other things are fine. Uh, okay, no, I think yeah. So bit of formatting, I think is fine. But we don't require a lot of formatting also over here. Into the legend, let's see what is there into the legend. No, grid lines, we don't require it. It is already off. Sliders also we don't require. Colors, it is coming, but no, this is not. Okay, yeah. Colors, we can change it from here. So some of high value flag, I can just take it some, if you want, you can take some different color over here. Yeah. And the rapid transaction, if I want to take it, let's say red. Okay, so this is how you can try to change the colors over here. Now this is fine. We have this the chart where we can simply identify our let's say the fraud like the users, okay, or the users who probably trying to make a fraud. Over here, guys, into the filters, I think this is fine. Okay, we have applied this on all right now. So I think right now this is also on all, so it is fine. We can probably add the slices for it. So yeah, guys, I think instead of clustered column chart, this bar chart is making more sense over here. Okay. So yeah, is it done, guys, for everyone? I think this chart like is created. If there is any doubt or question, guys, so please let me know. If like from this chart. Guys. Okay, guys, great. So now I hope that yeah, this is what like probably clear to like everyone. Now the next, guys, I think we have like bit of space at the bottom where I can probably try to create something else with respect to let's say some other chart. So I think we have this chart already over here for the to understand the night spike. Into this, I think the user is not there. Let me just check that. Yeah, the user is not there. So this chart can also be created over here, guys, just to get that night spike over here. So for that, what we can do? Okay, guys. So just try this. Just try out this chart by yourself. Just try to create, guys, a line chart, because this is what you have created like yesterday itself. And on the axis, guys, just try to take the transaction time, and then definitely, guys, with respect to the transaction count. Now, I think, guys, I want you to create a similar chart which we have created into this overview. But you also need to add the user ID. You also need to bring the user ID into the picture. Okay. So a similar chart you have to create where you have to check the user count for a different time zone, for like for a different like a time of their transaction. But in that same chart, guys, you also need to bring the user ID. Means you also need to bring the user. Just like everywhere, guys, we are like in this entire page, guys, we are actually trying to look after those user who can be the suspicious one. Okay. So yeah, I just want you to do the same thing. Just try to in that same chart which is actually created earlier, in that same chart I want to bring the user also into the picture. Do it, guys, just try it out. Okay, so I'm just asking about the same chart over here, this chart. Now in this chart I also want to see the users. Do it, guys, everyone, just try it out. Yeah, guys, anyone who has developed the chart? Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys, anyone who has like developed it. Yeah, guys, anyone who has developed it. Okay, great. So guys, there's a very small like a change, or you can say the addition you have to do into that. So let's say this is the line chart which we have created like yesterday. Now into this line chart we can let's say we can take the like R's onto the let's say x-axis. So the R's are there. We can try to take it on to the x-axis. One second. Then we can take, guys, the transaction count. So right away, right now we have created this transaction count on the y-axis. This is what we can try to print. Then, guys, let's say now if I want to take a user also into the effect, so we can try to drag the user like possibly like this. But yeah, I think it gives some uh, like a different kind of a view, which probably we don't like. So I first want to check that if anyone has prepared it. So if they prepared like the similar one or like something different. Yeah, guys, like whosoever like developed it, is it looks similar or a bit different over there? Yeah, guys. So if you're making, guys, a similar over here, so we can probably try to take it like this. Maybe is less than maybe some number, maybe 5, and we can try to take it, let's say, greater than 0. So let's see then. Okay, then it is quite low. Okay, we are actually having one user everywhere. So less than or let's say equal to 5, and definitely a greater than or equals to 0. Okay, so definitely this chart is what we are getting, but it's not like giving me a very good let's say the overview over here, because I guess that yeah, definitely we are getting the user name over here, the user ID, but for every user I can see just maybe one or two like a transaction. So definitely there are two transactions as well, but it's very limited. Okay, so even if I try the filter over here. Okay, so I guess guys, definitely. Okay, so according to like a situation, it is fine that there are two transactions made by this user at let's say the night time. Similarly, the two transaction made by this user at let's say 2. Then again, two transaction made by a similar user at let's say I think again 1079. So we are getting like in this way there are four users who are actually burst out. But yeah, in that line chart it doesn't look like too good. If I just try to then take it in some other like a way, we can then guys try it out. Okay, so let's say different hours. If I try to take on the column charts, and then if we try to take the transaction count over here, and then if I try to take the user ID. Okay, so again guys, okay, so with the user guys, everywhere we are getting this kind of let's say the issue. Okay, so that because there are multiple users who make the transaction, so the transaction count is like 11111. But yeah, definitely there are so many different users. Okay, so the user numbers are actually not limited, and because of because of that we are getting like this kind of a view over here. Okay, so definitely if I try to hover on it, I am able to get the numbers. Okay, but still like it's like too much of things over here, which is very difficult to like identify. Okay, so because you can see that there's a slider, and we can see there are a lot of like users over here. Okay, so yeah, definitely, guys. In this way, I think it's a bit difficult to analyze this chart, because every time, guys, when we are making this chart, because we are just not having one or two users. There are a lot of user. Okay, so every time, guys, if you are making this kind of a chart, it makes like this kind of like cluttered over there. Okay. Instead of like guys taking that user into the account over there, because into the legend guys we can then try to take that category where there's a limited options we have, like just four or five categories we have. And in that case guys, we can try to focus on the, let's say, the merchant category. Yeah, definitely in this case we can see that whether so we can even try to analyze a different thing over here, that if there are a lot of like more of transactions happening for the gaming app at the night. Okay, so like for this gaming app guys, you can see that six transaction happened at 5. Again for gaming there's a six transaction happened at 4. Okay, so then three transaction happened at like 3. Five transaction happened at 2. Four transaction happened at 1, and three transaction happened at 3. Okay, so again guys, we are not getting the kind of a report over here which indicates that maximum transaction happened at night for the gaming category. Okay, so it means guys that over here this particular probably the chart is not giving you like a lot of like insight for your fraud detection. Okay, so in that way guys, there can be another like a thing we can try to think of, because definitely right now this particular we can actually understand that there's not much let's say the relation between the transaction time and the merchant category. Okay, so let's say if my hypothesis is that most of the transaction for the gaming is actually making between at the night time or between 0 to 5, so that's actually not true over here. Okay, so because you can see that that maximum transaction has been made at night time, like for the utilities. Okay, so you can see that 9 transaction at 5, then 4 transaction at like 4, then 11 transaction at 2. Okay, so that's quite interesting. So you can see guys that gaming is not like coming at the top if I talk about the night transactions. Okay. Again, guys, we can just try to copy the same formatting over here so that this looks like good, or this looks similar to like our previous like structure. So we can try to copy it over here. So definitely guys, like it is completely fine that we always try to make some hypothesis when we are trying to create this kind of like analysis, but it is possible guys that maybe some of the hypothesis may not be correct. Okay, and that is what we are able to find it out over here. Okay. So I think guys, now that's all from this particular page. If I want to let's say add some slicer, so that is what we can try to add it over here. Okay, so we have some space left where we can probably try to add some slicer. Okay, so again guys, we can try to add the slicer for let's say particular column which we have not like a use so far. Okay, so you can probably try to take let's say the device type. So device type is one like a column which we have not used so far. So you can try to just click on the slicer and try to add it over here. And there's a column called device type. This is what we can try to add it over here. Okay, so again guys, there you can try to check that most of the fraudulent, whether they are actually coming from the Android, iOS or web. Similarly guys, if you think that there's another any other column which is not used so far, like I think there's a payment method. This is also one column which we have not used a lot so far. So this column can also be utilized into the slicer. So I think this is even like someone actually asked like yesterday that how to think of the slicer. So yeah guys, this is how we can even think of the slicer. We can try to we can suppose to take that particular column which probably not being utilized so far. Okay, so I can try to bring the payment method over here. Now definitely guys, for both the slicer we can try to just adapt the same method which we are using earlier. So we can just try to make it as drop down, and yeah, rest of the things are fine. I think we can just try to make it a bit bold, and rest of the things are actually guys good. The same thing guys for this, so into this also we can try to make this as drop down, and header guys is actually bold. Now this is all we have. Now guys, again, if we just want to understand that let's say with because guys, in this table we have those users who are making that fraud or who are making that suspicious transaction. So if I want to check that like whether those users are using iOS or whether those users are using like a web, or whether those users are using like Android, so I can probably understand it from here. So if I click on iOS, you can see guys that in case of iOS guys, so there are around 51 users, sorry, there are total 60 users are sorry, I think yeah, 51 users are there who are actually using the iOS, and you can even try to check it, and they all belongs to like a medium risk or high risk. Okay, similarly guys, I can probably check for let's say the Android. Now you can see guys that there are more Android user. Okay, so if I try to compare between Android and iOS user, so definitely guys there are more Android user into that case. Then we can even click on the web and we can see guys that there are 32 web user. Okay, it means guys that if I try to make a comparison between different device type, so the Android coming on the top, followed by iOS and followed by web. Okay. Similarly, guys, if I talk about the payment method, so you can probably again check with the credit card. Now, how many transactions are there with the credit card? You can see there are 52 transactions. If I talk about debit card, so there are 42 transactions. Net banking, so there are 29. If I talk about UPI, there are 80. And wallet for a 24. It means guys that maximum fraudulent transaction has been made through UPI, okay, followed by credit and debit card. Okay, so all these things, guys, we can try to understand and analyze by from this complete page. Okay, so this particular page, guys, is actually the core page where we can identify the fraudulent users. Okay, or I can say that we can identify the suspicious users. Okay, so yeah, guys, I can name this particular page as let's say the fraud detection, like a kind of a page, I can say. Yeah. So this is how, guys, we try to create multiple let's say the pages, and definitely, guys, we always try to make it a kind of an independent one, so that definitely the different page should contain like a different sort of information. Okay, so it's not like, guys, a worthy thing that every page should contain a similar kind of information. Okay, so even, guys, over here also I tried to create one line chart, but since it doesn't makes me it doesn't gives me a lot of like a good let's say result, so now then I shifted to the merchant category, and definitely, guys, with that we are getting like a more information over here. Okay, so anytime, guys, and definitely, guys, this particular page, you can definitely say that this particular page is completely different what we actually observe on the very first page. Okay, now in a similar way, guys, if there's if there's other page if I require, because like definitely, guys, if I think that still there may be other things which I can try to include into my report. So if I want to add, let's say, one more page over here, so I can definitely try to add it, because there's one thing, guys, there's one let's say individual thing which we didn't try to discuss a lot till now, that is the location intelligence. Okay, so that rapid change into the location, that is something which we didn't discuss a lot till now. So that is again one more page we can try to create, and in that page we can try to discuss preferably about the location change, or I can say that rapid location change. Okay, is it clear, guys? The second page, I guess that the first and second page is clear to everyone, and every one of you is able to create the first two pages. Yeah, any doubt or any query, guys, from the first and the second page? And if there is anyone who is not able to like create let's say any of this chart present on like any of these pages, guys. Yeah. Here, guys, any doubt or like question to anyone so far from till here? Okay, guys. So fine. I think this is done till the page two. Now, guys, we'll create one last page, and then we'll share that final report with our client. Okay. So now, guys, in that last one page, as I told you that we are going to talk about like more about the location intelligence, or like the rapid location change. So yeah, guys, you can try that out. Like what can be added into that page? What maybe the columns can be added to that page. Okay, so I will take let's say a short break over here for 3 to 4 minutes. Meanwhile, guys, just try to create if you think of any chart or any table over there, and then after the break, guys, I will continue with that the remaining chart for that like the last page. Okay. Yeah, guys, anyone who had maybe try something with that last page? Guys, definitely, yeah, this is like a drag and drop like a tool, and till now, definitely one thing which we have discussed about the concept, that's a DEX formula, and definitely for that I will give you some practice thing, and as I already told you about that, let's say the um cheat sheet. Okay, but definitely like in this kind of a tool, guys, a lot of things will depend upon your like experiment. Okay, so definitely, guys, if you do different types of the experiment over here, and then try to create some of the stuffs by yourself, it will make it will give you like a more like a confidence, guys, in this like for this particular tool. Okay, so make sure, guys, that you should also like start like trying the things by yourself. Okay, so I will make it one, but and definitely, guys, those who can, okay, because I probably hope that maybe some of you are working professional or like having some jobs and all. But maybe who can afford maybe 2 or 3 hours, or like 1 or 2 hours also. You can definitely try to guys try that practice question which I am going to share with you like at the end of today's session. So transactions, and in this page we are going to talk about the location. Uh, Now let's just increase the size, make it 28, bring it in the middle, and yeah, that's fine. I think that's all we have over here. Okay. Now, guys, this is like one thing. Now over here, guys, let's say if I want to now work with the location data, so we have that column called user location, and the one chart, guys, which we can always prefer in case we are trying to do something with the like a location, with the city, with the state, or anything. As I hope that you all can know, that is like map chart. So we can try to drag the simple map chart over here, and we have just a city column. So what we can do, we can try to drag the user location in the location field, and we can take the transaction count in the values actually. Okay, so okay, 1 second, if it is correct or not. This is, I think, fine, this one. Yeah, definitely many transactions, I think maximum transactions are from India itself. That's what we can see into the chart. Now this transaction count can be taken inside the bubble size. So we have this transaction count over here, and guys, that definitely the bubble size, I hope that about that we can, or we all can understand that this bubble size is actually about definitely the city from where the maximum transaction has been done. We definitely have the highest like bubble size for those cities. So I think that there are just a few cities from there. We got some let's say the transactions. Okay, so like New Delhi is the one, 93 transaction from a single place. So 105 transaction from let's say the Jaipur. Okay, one more thing, guys. I hope that you definitely remember that we can do the formatting and change the style and other things over here. Let's say we can make it as not Arial, I guess. I guess for a timing is this road one is fine, or maybe we can just take it as dark. That's also fine. The other thing, guys, is the title we can change. So transaction count by user location. I think this title is perfect. I can just try to bring it in the middle. And with this bubble size, guys, if I can put the category label, that makes more sense. Yeah, so that because they're limited cities for at least into this data set. So we can clearly understand that which are those cities where the transaction is actually happen, and we can increase the size a bit. I think this 0 is fine because there are let's say some amount of cities we have. We just don't have like one or two cities. We can also increase the size of this. Okay. The color, guys, if you want to, let's say, change by default, it is blue. If I want to take it, let's say something else, maybe greenish or something. Yeah, that can be done. Uh, yeah. So, fine, guys. Now I think this is actually a fine thing we have over here. Now, guys, I want to add a bit of more information into this map chart because later on from this map chart also we want to understand there's a that rapid transaction change, like those users who are making that rapid rapid location change. So in the map, guys, you can see that there's an option called tool tips over here. Okay, so let me tell you guys that what this tool tips are. So let's say if I just click on this, if I just see the Kolkata, okay. So there's a user location Kolkata, and from the single location, there are around 106 transaction has been made. Okay, so 106 transaction has been made from one single city, that is Kolkata. Similarly, guys, 107 transaction has been made from Chennai, 111 transaction has been made for Bangalore, and so on. Now, right now, guys, when I try to hover on this particular bubble, we are getting these two information. That first information is what is the location, and the second information, guys, we are getting the number of transactions. Okay. Now, similarly, guys, if I want just more information over here, so in that case, what we can do, that information I can try to include inside a tooltip. Okay, now let's say if I want to see this user, okay, if I want to see this like a user as well, so in that case, guys, I can bring this user ID into the tooltip. Okay, now guys, into the tooltip, the user ID will come, and you can see that user ID over here, the first user ID, U1000, that's the user ID we have. And even you can take, guys, let's say the count over here, or distinct count. So you can see, guys, that how many total users are there. So total users from the Kolkata, from the city Kolkata, we have around 84. Okay, so we have taken a distinct count. So distinct count we have taken just to understand that how many unique customers are there from we have from the Kolkata. Okay, now going forward, guys, the next thing which we can try to add it over here, just to get more information from the single chart, is we can even try to bring this transaction amount. Okay, so now, guys, if I just hover on this one single bubble, I can see, guys, that you're not getting just two informations over here. You're getting, let's say, four informations at one single place. Now, what are those information? So you can see, guys, that user location, that's a Kolkata. Then you can see, guys, that total transaction count, that 106. So total 106 transaction has been made from Kolkata. Then you can see, guys, the total number of unique users from like a particular city you have, that is 84. And then the total amount of transaction, guys, made from that Kolkata, that is 1,64,764. Okay, similarly, guys, you can hover on any other like a city, and you can see the similar kind of information over here. Okay, now in that way, guys, you can even make a comparison that from which city you are getting more transactions. Okay, and other thing, guys, which you can understand that from which city there's a more amount of transactions you are getting. Okay, so both the things, guys, you are actually getting at the same place into the map chart by using this with the help of this tooltip. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone? Like about this map chart, how to make it more informative? Yeah. Guys, and is it done for everyone? Yeah. Okay, guys. Now let's try to create another chart then. So this is actually one chart we have, let's say, over here. And now in a similar way, guys, the next chart can be created. Okay, or let me make it a bit smaller. Drag it on the top. And let's create the another chart, guys, over here. That chart can be okay. So now over here, guys, I can probably try to create the another chart as let's say the matrix. Okay. Now into this matrix chart, let me just try to drag it till the end. Yeah. So there's a reason for it, guys. I can try to take then the entire space over here. And the same thing for this because I probably know that maybe for table we require a bit of more space. Now over here, guys, what we can do, we can try to take drag down the user ID over here into the rows. So we got all the user ID. Now, guys, there are multiple cities. I think if I try to just count it out over here, so there are, I guess, total four. Then I think 8 cities are there. So I think, yeah, we don't have like all the 28 cities. So just 8 cities are there. So I can probably try to take those city into the column. So yeah, so this is what we want, and that's why I told you that. I probably require to have this like a bit of width over here. Now over here, guys, in this chart, so in this like a matrix, guys, what we have now on one side, you we have all the user ID, means different users are like located, and then total there are 8 columns. Now what we can try to do, we can try to like there's one more thing, guys, which is available, that's the values. Now what we can do, we can try to take the transaction count over here into the values. Now in this way, guys, you got the like a separated chart over here where you can clearly observe that how many transactions are there from different cities. And now, guys, you can probably see that the user jumping from like a cities like in a faster way. Okay, so let's say if I talk about user 1000, now if I talk about this user, so this particular user make one transaction from Hyderabad, then two transaction from Jaipur, and then again one transaction from like Kolkata. Okay, so you can see that there are 4 transactions he made in total, and all those 4 transactions, like out of those 4 transactions, there are 3 cities are like involved into that. Okay. Now again, guys, for user 1001, he make 2 transactions from Chennai, 2 transactions from Delhi, and 1 transaction from Pune. Now, guys, let's say if there are any user for whom you can see that these locations are actually changing rapidly, okay, or the user are actually jumping from one city to another for making transaction. Like if I talk about this user, like 1025. Now this user make 3 transactions from Bangalore, then 2 from Chennai, then 3 from Mumbai, and then again 1 from Pune. Okay, so there are 4 locations like this particular user are using, and you can definitely see, guys, that we have the user who are using, let's say, 5 locations, 4 locations, 6 locations. So if there's a user who are like using five, total 8 cities are there, and in that 8 cities, if there's a user who are like making a transaction from 5 different cities or 6 different cities, then definitely guys that can be flagged as a suspicious like a user. Okay, so you can see guys that we have multiple such user. Like again, this user is actually making a transaction from 5 different locations. Okay, so 6 transaction he made total, and out of those 6 transaction he actually traveled to 5 different locations. Similarly, this user, he again traveled to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 different locations. Okay, so total 7 transaction he had made, and for making those 7 transaction, he traveled to 6 different locations. Okay. Similarly, guys, so you can even try to just check out the total, and you can understand that where this things can be present. Okay, so 7 transaction, then if there's again somewhere 8 transactions. Okay, so again, guys, for making 8 transactions, he traveled to 6 different locations. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Sorry. Okay. So again, guys, this user can definitely be a suspicious like a user. Okay. So this is what, guys, we can try to observe, we can try to identify from this particular matrix. Okay. And again, this matrix, guys, can be we can definitely try to let's say format this like a matrix. Okay, so I can just try to change layout, the style a bit. So we can try to make it like this, just like the previous one. Definitely guys, that looks better. And definitely guys, in that way you can see guys that the things are actually visible. Okay, so we can just make it a bit bold, and the things are visible over here. The user ID, guys, is actually I guess present into the rows, so that row header I can just try to make it bold. So yeah. Now, yeah, guys, this is fine. If you want, if you want to like a check, you can definitely try to use some filter over here. Okay, so fine, guys. This is what we have created. Like into this also, guys, what I can do because definitely, guys, my map are clearly visible, but just like we have like lot of the title is a bit longer, so I can just try to make it shorter. I can make it as a transaction count by location. So I think that's all. I think that's simply making a sense over here. Now, one last thing, guys, which we can try to bring into this particular into this particular page is that, let's say, this final table, which I also try to add some filter, guys, over here just to make this thing more informative. Now for that, guys, what I will do, I will try to add some information. Just now again, guys, this is going to cover all the important information related to the location. Now for that, guys, again, I can just try to drag the things one by one over here. The user ID, then user location, then we have actually created, guys, one column over here. Let's say the location change flag is there. So into this, guys, we have created something called as a previous city. Okay, but previous city we have not stored anywhere. So yeah, so there's a let's see. Okay, so some of the location change, that's also fine. Then I think time difference, guys. Okay, means time difference in minute. Okay, and we can take the last thing, that rapid location change. Okay, now there's one thing, guys, which we can probably try to do. Okay, we can first try to filter it out, guys. Let's say there's a sum of rapid location change. So instead of taking that sum of rapid location change, let me do one thing, that into the rapid location change, guys, there are just two things. I guess we have just one or two, sorry, 0 and 1. So we can do one thing, guys. So I think we have this rapid location change over here, and it is not coming in a way we actually want. So we just try to, I think with some we'll not get the like a better output. I need to probably change it to maximum. Okay. Now, again, guys, let's see that. Okay, we are not getting the output over here the way I want. Let me just check it as uh, okay. I think rapid location change instead of taking this, I can rapid location change. There's a column, guys. I think I have created as related as flag. Okay, let's see location change flag. Let's try to take it. Hmm. And let me now check this. But again, guys, this will also come in a similar way. Yeah. Okay, let me go into that table view, guys. Okay, so what I want, I just want to check. I just want to see those users who rapidly change their location. So over here, guys, we are getting like the 0 and 1. So I think this is all we I want, and in that location change flag, we have created something as like a previous city. Let's see that if this can be copied, and okay, so I'm just like is trying to make this the last page bit more informative. Okay, and this is what, guys, we have to like think at the initial when we are creating all these like a stuff, we need to think of like these things. Now I can remove this part. I think the brackets over here are quite correct. Now let's see that. Yeah. So this actually gives me the previous city thing. Now we got the user location at city. Now let me just remove all these things. Let me just try it out something, and then, guys, you can definitely try to create it. It's very simple. Okay, so we have this previous city over here. Now I can take that time difference in minute. So if someone changed the city, so how much time they actually taken? So time difference, we can try to take it over here now, but I think let's say for this user, the previous city is Kolkata, and I think we have the same user throughout. Then there's another, then the other is like a Jaipur. Okay, now, guys, this is what we want to check. So the next time that again Jaipur, then again Jaipur to Kolkata, and then Kolkata to Jaipur. So this is how he moves around. Now let's see that time difference over here. Okay, 1 second. So yeah, the time difference we are getting it over here, and then finally, guys, I want this rapid location change, whether they are changing the location rapidly. Now, guys, yeah, we are getting this 0 and 1 over here. So 1 means definitely the location is actually changes rapidly over here. But my objective is okay. So this is fine. Like we can actually understand that okay, the user 1000 is maybe the suspicious user. But in this way, guys, I need to look after one by one. Now, my objective is to just to make sure that I don't want to have the sum of rapid location change over here. I just want to have that output as 0 or 1. Okay. Now for that, let's see that what we can try to probably do it over here. So I can try to take that rapid location change, drag it and add the data field over here. Because I think that we are right now getting this basic filtering or advanced fat filtering. Yeah. So now I just want to get the data of these like 1. Okay, now that's all. So we applied on the filter. And now again, guys, just try to make this style similar to the first one. Bold header and flashy row. And similarly, we can try to make it bit bold, increase the size. The same thing, guys, goes for the row header. I guess we have values over here for that. Now this can also be made as bold. Okay, not bold, then make it 12. Okay, I think this is also too much. Yeah, then it is fine. So now guys, we got our table over here. If I take it on the new page, you can see that okay, so like guys, these are the user who rapidly changes like their location. Okay, and definitely guys, there are 207 such users we have who rapidly changes their like a location, and you are actually getting the list of all those users. Okay, so they are the user ID, the user with the user ID 1000, or sorry, one like 4 times 0. Like this is one user who actually rapidly changes his like location. Then we have this user who rapidly changes his location. So in this way, guys, there are total 207 users are there, and you got the list of those users over here. Okay, so that is what, guys, you are able to that is what you are able to create by using this like a table over here. Okay, is it clear, guys, to everyone? I hope that now this is like some table which every one of you are like able to create. If anyone is not able to create this table or finding any difficulty, guys, to actually create it, please let me know. Yeah, is it done, guys? I think what we have done, I will show you just one more time. I can go into the filter, and into this filter, guys, for this particular table, what we have done, I just try to drag this rapid location change. Okay, and in that rapid location change, guys, I just try to select the 1. Okay, means only I'm just trying to check those users who make the transaction who make the transaction by rapidly changing their location. Okay, yeah, guys, is it done for everyone? Yeah, guys, have you created this table over here? Okay, so yeah, guys, this is the like a final page we have. Now, definitely when we try to convert this into one single report, now for that, guys, we have multiple options. Okay, so right now, let's say that if I'm not using my organizational mail ID, then I can not probably share it. But apart from that, guys, I have that PDF option like with me right now. Let's say where without a organizational ID, and definitely guys with your organizational ID, if you have, then all these options, guys, which you are getting are like over here on the top, like publish this report online and everything, guys, is visible to you. Okay, so let's say if you are doing it on your let's say not into your personal laptop but into your company's laptop where you can access your organizational mail ID, then you can definitely publish it. Okay, and even you can export it into the PPT. So right now I can only export it to the PDF where I can see this entire this 3-page thing, guys, I can bring into one single report. Okay, and that is what, guys, we try to do. Okay, so we try to bring it into the PPT or let's say something, and then this is what, guys, we try to show. This is what we try to let's say if there's any presentation, if I want to present this in front of my client, so I can just go a page by page, and for every page, what are the insights, what are the findings I have, I can try to like discuss that insight, that finding with my client. Okay, now even for that, guys, into this Power BI, you have this option that at the end page, you can try to just add your insights, your findings, your suggestions. And for that, guys, again, you can create a text box. You can take this entire space and you can write your findings starting from the first page till the last page, and you can even note it down your suggestions. Okay, and that's what, guys, we need to do in a real world scenario as a data analyst. Okay, I hope, guys, that now, definitely, guys, a lot of things are now clear to you. That what is the part of your job as a data analyst, and if you are using this a particular tool called Power BI. Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys, is it clear to everyone? All the charts, all the 3 pages are clear to everyone? Any doubt or any question, guys? If anyone having anything, please let me know, guys. Yeah. Guys, anyone having any doubt or any query so far? Like whatever we have created so far, any doubt or anything, guys, to anyone? Okay, so now, guys, whatever we have discussed, whatever we have learned, whatever we have done so far, on the basis of that, I will give you, I will share like a new task with you. And again, this is like for your practice, for your you can take your assessment or anything, because definitely guys, you can without like guys any example, you cannot try anything. Okay, so definitely if you just try to go onto the internet and search by yourself, you probably get bit of difficulty to get any data or any like set of questions from there, and that's why I have created this for you. Now guys, this is one similar kind of a task I'm going to share with you, where you need to understand how digital lenders assess the borrower credit worthiness. Okay, so like if I just try to give you a very in a very simple way, if I try to explain this particular task. So this task is about that, if someone let's say coming to your bank for like a loan, so how you can actually identify that whether this customer is worthy, whether this customer is trustworthy, whether we can approve his loan or not. Okay, so that's what you need to like identify over here. So again guys, there are four boundary conditions over here, like let's say if there's any customer who asking for a loan amount which is four times greater than the borrower's monthly income, then that can be a suspicious one, that can be considered as let's say that may not be approved in the first shot. We need to cross check that particular borrower. Similarly, guys, if your EMI, okay, so let's say if you're asking for such a loan where the EMI of that loan is let's say more than the 30% of your income, then again it's a risky thing. Similarly, guys, if any borrower have coming with any past default, okay, so let's say previously you have taken some loan and you have not give the complete EMI or not the entire payment, then again guys, that will be a risky customer. And similarly guys, if there's a borrower falling in the top 50% of the digital transaction frequency, then again it can be a like a risky like a borrower. Okay, so simply guys, the job is to identify those risky borrower. Okay, so before uh, let's say approving the loan for any borrower, you need to understand the background, you need to check the background, that whether the borrower is probably able to return the amount, probably able to fulfill the EMIs on the time or not. Okay, so that's what guys the objective over here. And again, for this you have the proper data set, like the application ID, age, gender, type, monthly income, credit score. So you can even try to develop guys some boundary conditions by yourself, like there's a credit score, so you can check that if the credit score of any like customer is less than 600 or maybe 650, then again he or she will be the risky borrower. Then if there is a existing loan amount, how many existing loans are there. So all these important details guys about the customers are given. Now based on this information, you first need to create those boundary conditions, just like we have created earlier. And then you have to create you have to develop a similar kind of a charts, just to submit the final report to your client, that how your client can identify the risk, how your client can identify that which user or which customer will likely to do the default, and which one is not. Okay, is it clear guys to everyone, the task, the objective of this data set? Yeah guys, so this is one guys. I will simply add this the data set along with the problem statement. I will simply add it into the same drive. You just need to refresh it, and you can definitely guys in the 2 days the into the weekend, you can actually try it out. Okay, so that if you're able to guys perform let's say just 2 or 3 boundary conditions, and if you're able to create even just 1 or 2 pages, you'll get more and more confidence guys. Okay, so that will boost up your confidence, and you start believing like that, okay, these things are very easy, that you can easily create. Okay, because in the next week, guys, we in this week, guys, we actually try to understand and tackle two, let's say, the challenges. Now, in the next week, guys, again, we try to tackle out, let's say, the two challenges. The first challenge is in the next week, the first thing which we are going to understand, that till now we understand that how to write the formula, how to create the chart. Now, the next thing, guys, we understand that how to transform the data, means how to clean and and transform the data if I get any noisy data, if I get any let's say a data with lot of impurity. So how I can clean that, how I can transform that. That's the first thing. The second thing, guys, is how we can make the use of those AI powered charts into the Power BI. Okay, so these are the two main concept, guys. These are the two main things which we need to discuss in the next week. Okay, but before that, I want that at least you need to prepare yourself, that you can see that you have enough of confidence at least with the formula and the charts. Okay, because again, guys, after doing that cleaning and transformation, again we have to follow these two steps, the formula creation and the chart creation. And even, guys, along with that AI powered chart, we also need to develop the other charts and the formulas around it. Okay, so these two things which we discuss in this week, this will again come again and again with different data sets and the problem statement which we are going to carry on, which we are going to cover even into the next 2 weeks. Okay, clear, guys, to everyone? Any doubt or any question to anyone of the session? Okay, guys, then we can wrap up the session for today. I hope that you definitely enjoy the session. You definitely like the session. Thank you so much. Yeah, please, please try to do create few things by yourself, and that's all, guys, from my side. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye. Good night.